It is June 22nd, 2019. This is the Watchman News, and I'm Mike Callahan. I've got a report that I really feel necessary to do because of the content of the article. So real quick, before we get into it, I want to remind everybody we have an Amazon affiliate link in the description of the video. If you shop Amazon, if you would please use that link. It goes a little bit our way, doesn't cost you anything more, and it's much, much appreciated. We also have a donate button on our website. You click that donate button, it will take you to the PayPal donation page, and that as well is much appreciated. We are completely voluntarily demonetized from YouTube. We don't even have a Google AdSense account anymore. We canceled our account in the whole 9 yards. So when it comes to as far as any type of support, it's completely you, the viewer, 100%. So much, much appreciated. Anyway, let's get on with this. Oh, also there's a link in the description if you're in the market for Kratom. We do sell Kratom. We've got a Kratom website. Down in the description of the video, there is a link to health.thewatchmannews.com. That is our Kratom site. So anyway, let's get on with this. So there's been a lot of excitement here lately in the state of Oregon. This Governor Kate Brown seems to love to go above and beyond the Constitution at the drop of a hat. And here this past week, there's been an issue because they're trying to get some climate change bill passed through their state legislature, and so the the GOP senators said that, hey, we're not going to show up. We're not going to take part in your vote. We're not going to show up. So she had threatened them with the state police rounding them up and forcing them to attend. To attend their session. Now, I have to laugh at this because I believe that politicians get away with doing way too little work, and that needs to be taken care of. If they're going to get paid what they get paid, they actually need to do something. I'm all behind that, but this is bogus. This is attempting to hold somebody political prisoner is what it is. Look, these climate change bills are devastating. Okay? Our country's in bad enough shape economically. Okay? The last thing that we need to do right now is strap small and medium-sized businesses and we the people with even more fees, fines, taxes, you name it. That's the last thing this country needs. We cannot recover with this country, the government, on all levels, local, state, federal, trying to nickel and dime us to death. There's no way that we can crawl out of the hole that we're in, right? Who made this country strong? The middle class made this country strong. When they destroyed the middle class, guess what? They destroyed the country. The only way back to a strong, prosperous country is to rebuild that middle class. And we're not going to be able to do it if we're feeding them to death, if we're regulating them to death. We need less government. And this is proof of that. But there is something very concerning here. And I didn't want to get off. I know I got kind of far off the beaten path here. But the language in this article is extremely concerning. Extremely concerning. Let's go ahead and check into that. This is from Fox 12 Oregon. I'll put the link to this article in the description of the video as well. Militia threat shuts down Oregon Statehouse amid walkout. Okay, now you may or may not know, I have read that Eric Parker is actually a part of what is going on here. Okay, just wanted to throw that extra little tidbit of information in. It's also going to be coming up in the article, even though it doesn't name him in particular. Not this article. I read another article that did. The president of the Oregon Senate ordered the state capitol to close on Saturday due to a possible militia threat from right-wing protesters as a walkout by Republican lawmakers over landmark climate change legislation dragged on. Okay, first off, here we are again with our government using fear-mongering tactics when it comes to the title or the word militia. Okay? Militias are not to be feared. Not in any way, shape, or form. Period. They are nothing for the average, everyday citizen like you and I to be concerned about. In fact, you should be damn well happy they're there. They've been doing a lot of work in these areas with natural disasters going on. And there's a lot of those going on. And they're doing a hell of a lot more than what FEMA and all these other organizations do that get your money to operate on. These militias don't get your money to operate on and doing a hell of a lot better job. Right? So I don't get where they're talking about this threat. Maybe they would be a threat if you were being unconstitutional. Possibly. Maybe that might make them a threat. You think? Republican state senators fled the legislature and some the state earlier this week to deny the majority Democrats enough votes to take up the climate bill, which would dramatically reduce fossil fuel emissions by 2050. It would be the second program of its kind in the nation after California, if passed. So, see, now they're laying out the groundwork. Well, we got to do this because, well, you would just be foolish if you didn't want to do this. And, unbelievable. What happened to news? What happened to news media? All you get is sucky people like me, right? If you want true news, sorry, I'm the best I can do, But that's the facts. Because you're not going to get truly independent, non-biased news. You're not. Does this seem like it's non-biased to you? Governor Kate Brown then dispatched the state police to round up the rogue lawmakers, but none appeared in the Capitol on Friday, and the stalemate seemed destined to enter its third day with a week left in legislative session. Right-wing groups posted their support for the GOP lawmakers Friday on social media, in one instance offering to provide escorts to them should the state police come for them. Good for them. A group of local Republicans were set to protest inside the Capitol on Saturday when lawmakers were present, and anti-government groups threatened to join, prompting the Statehouse shutdown. Oh, anti-government groups? You mean groups that believe in the Constitution and that our government should be limited to that Constitution? Are those the anti-government people you're talking about? Because that's not anti-government. That's pro-government. The last I knew, the supreme law of the land was the Constitution of the United States. The last I knew. Okay? And the only ones that I see are anti-government are these hacks that have been successfully elected into office, claiming to be our representatives, yet hijacking the country for private and personal and friends' use. That's what I see, but I digress. One of the groups, the Oregon 3 Percenters, joined an armed takeover of the Militia National Wildlife Refuge in 2016. Dozens of people occupied the remote Oregon refuge for more than a month to protest federal control of western lands. The standoff began to unravel when authorities fatally shot the group's spokesman and arrested key leaders as they headed to a community meeting. Don't you love how they, worded that? Oh, by the way, it was, it was just about protesting federal control of western lands. It had nothing to do with the Hammonds and Double Jeopardy and nothing to do with any of that, right? The Oregon State Police has recommended that the Capitol be closed tomorrow due to a possible militia threat. I guess they're pussies. I guess. Right? Nobody made any kind of a physical threat. Nobody said anything of the sort. Nobody mentioned violence, brought up violence, or anything else. So I guess they're just that big of pussies. Pretty much. Must be. I'm not seeing anything. I'm reading on through here. I know what the one senator had said, the comment he said, and right on. I think that was a very good comment to make. The gentleman that said that he wasn't about to be forced to attend, to send bachelors and what was it? I can't remember. Send bachelors and I can't remember what the other part of his statement was, but the thing of it is it's unreal. It is unreal. But see how they're trying to turn this around? Like right here, they're saying his comments have created fear among employees in our workplace. The leaders said in a joint statement, "We will always defend free speech, bullshit, and welcome frank policy discussions, bullshit, but threats like these are unacceptable." A threat like what? A threat saying that if you intend to do bodily harm to me, I am going to do bodily harm to you? That is a problem? Oh, for liberals it is. Sorry, that is a problem. That's right. We're supposed to be defenseless victims and just lay down and take it, right? From anybody and everybody. Now, you're not off the hook, red team, because you assholes think that we need to just lay down for government and allow government to kick the shit out of us left and right, up and down. Fuck you too. This needs to stop. This needs to stop. And you get a half-hearted apology for my language and my attitude with this. But it's getting old. It's getting old. We've got idiots out there still talking about voting. Are you fucking retarded? Wake up. Your government, your country, your nation has been stolen from you. Now, when's the last time you go and ask a fucking car thief for your car keys back?